Good day, Ma'am Elenita. I am Jessril Tasik from BS Ed English 1B. Today, I'm going to explain the following view language teaching and learning. So, first is structural view. So, the structural view treats language as a system of structurally related elements to code meaning. So the interactive view sees language as a vehicle for the creation and maintenance of social relations. So structuralism is a study of structure and mind. For the next is functional view. So a functional view approach asserts that um, we need to learn how to choose our language to meet the particular needs of a situation. So it regards language as a vehicle for the expression of functional meaning. For the next is interactional view. So the meaning of this is the last view of language can be called the interactional view. So it sees language as a vehicle for the realization of interpersonal relations and for the performance and social transactions between individuals. So here, language is viewed as a tool of creation and maintenance of social relations. For example, um, the conversation between teachers and students, as well as among the students, in which active participation and learning of students become vital. So, conversations are part of social-cultural activities through um, which students construct knowledge collaboratively. So for the next, I'm going to explain the following theories in language learning. So for the first, I'm going to explain the behaviorist theory. So the behaviorist theory believes that um, infants learned oral language from other human role models through a process involving imitation, rewards, and practice. So, human role models in an infant's environment provide stimuli and rewards. So, that is the behaviorist theory. So, example of it is when a child attempts oral language or imitates the sounds or speech pattern, they're usually praised and given affection for their efforts. Thus, praise and affections become the rewards. And for the next is the cognitive theory. So this a theory of learning sees second language acquisition as a conscious and reasoned thinking process. It involving the deliberate use of learning strategies. So learning strategies are special ways of processing information that enhance comprehension, learning, or retention of information. So the theory uses the idea that children are born with very little cognitive abilities, meaning that they are not able to recognize and process very much information. So, for example, of cognitive theory is asking students to reflect on their experience. So, helping students find new solutions to problems, encouraging discussions about what is being taught, helping students explore and understand how ideas are how are how ideas are connected. So next is constructivist theory. Constructivism in language teaching is based on action-oriented and cooperative learning, creative classroom work, and project completion. So an example of this is um, in a constructivist classroom, teachers create situations in which the students will question their own and each other's assumptions. So, in a similar way, a constructivist teacher creates situations in which he or she is able to challenge the assumptions upon which traditional teaching and learning are based constructivist theory. For the next is social constructivist theory. So, social constructivism teaches that all knowledge develops as a result of social interaction and language use, and is therefore a shared rather than an individual experience. So, knowledge is additionally not a result of observing the world, it results from many social processes and interactions. So, for example, social constructivist approaches should require students to collaborate and critically analyze the issue at hand. So, some examples of collaborative learning activities are group problem solving, group inquiry, simulations, and debates. And for the next is the different components of English grammar. So, what is the difference between the prescriptive grammar and descriptive grammar? So, the difference of it is a descriptive grammar is um, a study of a language, its structure, and rules as they are used in daily life by its speakers from all walks of life, including standard and non standard varieties. While a prescriptive grammar, on the other hand, specifies how language and its grammar rules are how language and its grammar rules should be used. For the next is diachronic linguistic versus synchronic linguistic. So the difference of it is diachronic linguistics is the historical study of language, whereas synchronic linguistic is the geographic study of language, while the diachronic linguistic refers to the study of how language evolves um, over a period of time. For the next is uh, oral language versus written language. So, oral language is designed to be listened to and to sound conversational, which means that word choice must be simpler, more informal, and more repetitive, while written language uses a larger vocabulary and it is more formal.